Hello YouTube, welcome to Death Code, and today I'm your host. I will be teaching you how to create mobile application using Android Studio. Actually, on the last day of this year, I have thought to start a video channel to teach you guys how to create mobile application using iOS for iOS, for Android, for Windows platform, and whatever you think of, you can create mobile applications. So today I will be showing you pretty much basic application so that you can create an Android app and by you in which we will be clicking some button and changing the text of text view. It's a pretty basic application, and for the later videos we will be discussing about. So let's create an application and name it Hello World, and that.com is my company domain. Next, and choosing empty activity. For this tutorial, I must tell you that I expect that you all guys know a little bit of Java and you have an hands-on on Android, not on Android but Java application development. So empty activity just is nothing. It just holds nothing. So click on next and name it button clicker or whatever you want. But I'm choosing button clicker over the main activity. So let's start. I must pause this video for a while because it will take some time, because it will takes time depending upon your hardware configuration and what's being downloaded or not. So I think I should pause it, but it will like morph the video, so wait for a while, it can complete. Okay, I must pause it. Okay, everything is done, and now you can see two divisions in the UI, one containing the project folder and another one is showing the code. The on the leftmost you can see there's a folder called app, and that contains the manifest folder, then contains Java folder, that contains resources folder. Actually this is how the hierarchy of Android works. Manifest, they are having manifest files, and in Java we have some packages, and then those packages we have some codes in. There's a structure, there's a project, there's captures. So I will not go deep into those aspects of and hierarchy. We will discuss about these things on the later videos. So it's pretty much, I suppose, Android manifest files are the rule files that Android must follow, the application must follow. This is the button click listener. These are the resources folder. It contains drawable layouts, map values. Drawable contains the images, assets. Layout contains the layout folders. Like in Android manifest, there are the rules. So this is the application, that these are the rules that belongs to an application, to the entire application. That means allow backup is true. The launcher, that it stays in the drawable folder, in the resources folder. Previously it was in the drawable folders. Now Google migrated to that bitmap folder. That there's a label, then there's a theme resides and values folder, and that is, I don't remember. Yes, that resides in values folder, values, and then styles. Then there's a style in which we are having a dark action bar theme to the whole application. That means our application will consist of dark action bar. Then we are having three colors: color primary, color dark, and color accent. All these are blue, and pink. So let's go to the activity button, that is the UI, and the button the .java is the code behind the UI. So on the button click, we are just having a text view in here. So what I will do, that I will add three buttons in here via code. There are basically two methods by which you can UI components: by coding or by going to the design. But I prefer coding. In the later videos I will show you that how you can drag and drop the UI elements in the UI and make complete UI and robust UI. So I'm creating three buttons for three different actions, because in Android you can handle even button events by three methods. But the most common is by using anonymous class. That means you just add a click listener on it and implement the anonymous class and implement the onViewClick method and just add it. And the other one is direct call to the method from the button. that hooks up the UI with the code, and that's it. Let me code. So three buttons are ready. One is there are wrap content means the whatever the content in the button, it should wrap it. It should not elasticate it to the top end, bottom end, right end, or the front end, or the start end, or the start of the end. So the button one is in the left most corner. The second button is centered, and the third button is centered, and but the second button is elasticity to fit the UI from the both ends. So that's it. Now let's add some text to the button and some IDs to the button and text view. So this is the text method one. And the other is method two. We should always use strings.xml file so that to define our strings, we should not directly write in our strings here. But for the sake of video, I will write it here. And text should be method 2. Sorry for my mistakes. And the third one is method 3. Okay, our buttons are ready, and we just have to click some buttons. Okay, the third button is a direct call, so we are kind of assigning a non-click to a method called I clicked. Now it is showing a little warning. It will show a little warning. Yeah, there's a warning that I click is missing in the button clicker. So we have to create a method in button clicker class. So let's hop into the button clicker at Java. And oh, first of all, let's add some IDs because we will need some IDs so that we can hook up our backend code, or not the backend code, the logical code to the UI. So we need some IDs because we have to bind our button objects to these button elements to the UI. So the first is assigned as a method 1, the second one is as a method 2. On the third button, we do not require an ID as such because it is directly calling the method of the class button clicker. So, oh, okay, I have to add an ID to the text because we will, on the click of button, we will changing the text of the text view. So we kind of require an ID because we will be hooking up a button, we will be hooking up a class of type text view to this UI element. So let's name it text view. Let's hop into button clicker.java and make the two objects of button 1 and button 2. Button, okay. To import the class, you just need to press alt enter on whatever platform you are. You just have to press alt enter and the class will be imported directly. btn1 and btn2. This is what I prefer. And I will be creating the method I clicked public void. We need this method to be public so that you can access it, because public is the only way. I clicked, and we need to pass on the argument as view and whatever the variable name, and we need to import that. So press alt enter and okay, alt enter and the view is imported. Okay, now if you go to the button clicker class, there's no warning on that. But now there's no method is missing. So button clicker.java. Let's bind these button to the UI elements. So let's say btn1 equals to button and find UI ID. Find UI ID is a method that takes the current context and binds the integer ID of that UI element to the button. So we need a typecast because find UI ID always returns an integer type. So we will need a button specifying typecasting. We will have to typecast that into the button .id method. Here it is that it takes an argument of type integer because r.id method is a integer type. So r.id that's why we need to typecast id method too. Okay, now we will implement all three methods available in Android. First one is pretty simple. Okay, not count cancel landing listener. It's set and click listener. It's a kind of a listener. Whenever you click the button, its control comes here. A new on-click listener. Whenever you will click the button, the method on-click will call, and it will eventually do the things you want to do in this particular method. And no, not this. Let's hook up the text view with text UI element, text view element, find view by ID, and r.id.text view. That's it. And now we will change the text of the text to text view dot set text. First of all, first let's implement the second method of doing it, because third and first is ready. Set on click listener and this. If we pass on this, that means we are passing the current context, but it accepts the type of argument view dot on click listener. So to overcome this error, we need to implement an interface called on click listener, and we have to implement all the methods available in that interface. So it is saying that we haven't. Okay, so implement methods. So there is an on click view method, and we will import this method. Okay, implement this method, and whatever the action we want to do, we will write in here. So whenever the button is clicked, its control goes to on click, and we can do whatever we want in this particular block of method. So we will change the text here. So till now we have created the three basic things. Like first one is by binding the anonymous class method on click view by using the anonymous class on click listener, and the other one is direct method, and the third one is by using the by implementing the view on click listener interface. So what we will do, we will just, and for the sake of implementing of showing you how this application will look, I'm downloading an application called Visor, and Visor is a pretty good application because you can simulate your screen, or you can cast your screen on the desktop. So I will be changing the text of the text view using the text view set text. Set text is a method that takes string argument and sets it onto the text view button one clicked. And for the sake of second button, I will be changing the set text button to clicked. And third one directly calls the method, so I will be doing the same in the third one. So it's button 3 clicked. Okay, till now we are good to go. So this is our preview. Method one calls the method one calls this method one calls the method one. Method two calls the method type two, and method three calls the direct call. So I need Visor. Oh, but that runs on a Google Chrome. So actually, I already have the Visor installed. So I just have to open it. Once it's open, I will be showing you how it looks like on a real device. I don't know why it is not showing up. Let's wait for a while. I think it will take some time because Chrome is Chrome, and Chrome takes some time. Let's play the application. Till then we will wait and say the deployment target. It's my OnePlus 3 phone. Okay. Now the Gradle is building. It will take some time to build the full APK thing and push it onto the device. So till now I will just format the code. I think I should pause it for a while because I don't know how much time will it take in the current scenario, because it's my first time I'm recording a video and I'm doing some multitasking stuff. So I don't know, but I suppose I should pause it because it's running and it is not showing the progress bars. It's an indeterministic progress bar, and my Android icon is jumping, jumping, jumping. I should pause it for a while. I should pause it. I should pause it. I must pause it. Okay, I must pause it. Okay, the thing is done. This is how our app looks like on a real device. Method 1, method 2, method 3. Whenever you click on method 1, it will call button 1 clicked because it is hooked up with button dot click on the new on click listener. and whenever you click the on button 2, the text will change to button 2 clicked. And the third one is button 3, that is a direct call. We kind of implemented the method of you on click set on click. That means whenever you are typing in the method 2, that's why that has this button 2 clicked. And on 3 is direct call, so method 3 will call. I clicked view. Let's see. That's it. How the control came here, and everything is. That's all. That's all. I think that's all. That's all about this video. If you like it, share it. If you don't like it, comment it. And if you have any ideas for the further videos, because for the next video I will be teaching you how to maintain life cycles in Android, like on start, on pause, on resume, on start, and that all stuff. If you have some ideas, share it with me. I will be making videos on that ideas too. So till then.